This is my top 10 basketball players list. At number 10, we have Scottie Pippen. Now, I know a lot of people will not agree with Scottie Pippen, but hear me out. Scottie Pippen is a great all-around basketball player from defense to offense. He can charge the ball, he can be a passer, and he has one of the best defenses you see back in the day. He helped Michael Jordan take and win 6 titles with the Bulls dynasty and did a lot for their team. When Michael Jordan retired, Scottie Pippen was the one who took control and led the team to the playoffs that year. He is just so underrated, so that's why he's on my top 10. He really deserves to be up there, and I hope you can agree with me. At number 9, we have Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor was a natural basketball player from birth. Everybody loved watching him. He was so old, though, that there's no footage of him playing. My number 8, Jerry West. Mr. Basketball himself. Jerry West, to sum up how good he was actually the man on the NBA logo dribbling the ball. He was really good, and he was clutch. He could hit shots from anywhere, and he would always have the ball towards the end of the game. And people would say he makes 99 out of 100 of the shots he makes. That's insane. So I put Jerry West at number 8 because he definitely deserves to be on this list, but there are still players I find more valuable and better than him. Number 7, Bill Russell. Bill Russell mainly is on my top 10 list because he won 11 championships out of his 13 seasons playing with the Celtics. He averaged over 1,000 rebounds a season and was a tenacious shot blocker. He in one game had 51 rebounds, and in 2 other games, he had 49 rebounds. And he was a 5-time most valuable player and all-star all 13 seasons. Number 6. At number 6, I have put Larry Bird. Now, Larry Bird was very cocky and very confident, but he was one of the best players in his time with great passing, shooting, and all-around just playing. He was the flashiest passer until Earvin Magic Johnson, which, yeah, pretty sums it up. And Larry Bird was so competitive, he'd go over to benches before the game started, and he would predict how much points he was starting. That's how cocky he was. And his whole team just kind of formed around him, and he dominated games. And he would try and bring the spotlight on other people by passing a lot more, but it just was not working because he was the star of the show for the Boston Celtics during his reign through many seasons. At number 5, my number 5 pick is Earvin Magic Johnson. Now, I just said something about him. He was the flashiest passer. He loved the game of basketball, and his smile lit up the arena and the television show. He just had a love for the sport, and it was so fun to watch him. And everybody loved him, and everybody thought he was so competitive and fun to play with and against just because of how good he was. He was a natural. He was a flashy passer, a great shooter. He was the first big guard at 6'9", around 220 pounds. He made my top 10 because he is one of the best, and that is saying a lot for a big guard who should have been playing power forward. Number 4 is one Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson, also known as Mr. Triple-Double. Oscar Robertson, 1 year, put up 30.8 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 11.4 assists per game. He was the first ever person to average a triple-double over an entire season. Robertson's passing and playmaking and scoring brilliance were greater than many basketball players. even some of the ones on this top 10 list. He got an NBA title and was Rookie of the Year. He is a really good basketball player and is pretty fun to watch just play make. Number three, I have Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain, everybody knows him for the 100-point game. Wilt Chamberlain, though, is better than that. Wilt Chamberlain is a playmaker and a great hustle person and tall rebounder. The 100-point game was good, but he is better and can do other stuff. He was the only NBA player to score 4,000 points in a season. He set NBA game records for most points, 100, most consecutive field goals, 18, and most rebounds, 55 in a game. Perhaps his most mind-boggling was the 50.4 points per game he averaged during the 1961-1962 season. Number two. Now, number two should be pretty obvious. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was also really tall and a great rebounder. He was 7'2", and he was a beast going down the court. And it wasn't just the fact that he was a beast. He could shoot from a lot of places around the paint, in the paint, and just outside of the paint. And he could rebound like none other. And just because of his height, he was a better rebounder than before. Just because of his height and shooter made him hard to guard. Kareem holds the record of points in a career for now at 38,387 points. Number one. Now the number one's pretty obvious. You have Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is probably the best player to walk the earth right now. And he will be for years to come. Michael Jordan undisputably will be the best player and cannot be passed no matter what people says. He was the leader of the 6-time Champions Bowl dynasty. He broke so many records around the NBA and brought one of the worst teams to one of the best teams. People like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird complimented him after playing him. Larry Bird said this after he dropped 63 points in a postseason game against them. Larry Bird said this after that: God disguised as Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is my first pick because of his playing and because of him outside of the game. Michael Jordan was an inspiration inside and outside of the game, and everybody loved to watch him. He was just so fun to watch, and he showed a lot of people that they can do what they want to do even through tough times, and he was big inspiration on the court and off the court. So Michael Jordan is my number one pick, and no one should be surprised by this pick. Thank you. That's my top 10. This is some buzzer beaters from Michael Jordan that I'll let you watch now. And I'm done talking. That is my top 10. Thank you very much.